Some people preferred to buy an existing bed and breakfast so they could open immediately. Others wanted to design their own from scratch. What is the best way to go? I'll discuss the pros and cons. Welcome to another edition of Hospitality Property School. I am your instructor, Jerry McPherson. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. And make sure to hit the little bell so you'll be informed when I upload a new video. You won't want to miss anything I designed especially for you. Whether it is better to buy an existing bed and breakfast or to start new is a question I'm often asked. What are the pros and cons of buying an established B&B versus setting one up from scratch? In this episode, I'll cover the pros and cons of both. Your first consideration has to come down to your personal situation. Which will be more expensive? What is your time frame? Can you afford to wait to start making income? Do you want your own personal take on your property? Are you alright taking some risk? Continue reading, and I'll go over some of the most important pros and cons of buying an existing bed and breakfast versus starting one from new. Right after a word from our sponsor. Question for hotel, resort, inn, bed and breakfast, etc. owners and managers. What if, knowing how to open your hospitality property doors post-COVID-19 and giving your guests such a safe and amazing experience that they will not only want to return, but will rave to their friends, family, and colleagues about how great your place is, was as easy as cooking? Sound weird? Let me explain. Reopening your hospitality property using the post-COVID-19 action plan. No guessing, no testing, no wasted time. Just follow the proven recipe and make your property cook. Click the link for more information. And happy cooking! Before the break, I said I would go over some of the most important pros and cons of buying an existing bed and breakfast versus starting one from new. Your budget. If you're going to buy an existing bed and breakfast, an advantage of buying an existing establishment is that normally everything you need to run the business is included in the price. So your upfront starting price to run your B&B is known. Some items to consider before signing the dotted line would include the condition of all the windows, the plumbing, the age of the beds. These are examples of unexpected extra costs that could slow down your opening. Study the books of the seller to make sure the business was profitable. If you're going to start it new, you'll need to know if the property you'd like to use is up to code with the structure, plumbing, as well as the budget for decorating, furniture, websites, marketing, etc. If you're going to use an architect, designer, mortgage broker, etc., make sure you choose one with hospitality property experience. Do lots of research about the area and other establishments similar to the type you'd like to operate. How fast would you like to start making an income? If you're going to buy an existing bed and breakfast. If you want a ready-made business, buying an existing business has the advantage of being up and running quicker. Make sure you're aware of any future bookings made by the old owners. You don't want to be caught off guard. If you're starting it new. If you're setting it up from scratch, you need to take into consideration the time it will take to set up the bed and breakfast, plus how long it will take to build the business. A brand new bed and breakfast can take up to 3 years from opening to operating as an established B&B. If you do market your business aggressively or are in a particularly popular tourist area, you may establish yourself more quickly. Do these make sense so far? Let me know in the comments. Your reputation. If you're going to buy an existing bed and breakfast. If you're going to buy a property with a star rating, it's important to note that in many countries, the star rating is associated with the owner, not the business. If you want to be rated, you'll have to reapply and get assessed. If you're not interested in being assessed by a star system, you could instead rely on the old business's website, and if they are good, past reviews. If the reviews are poor, you may want to get these reviews removed and start your review history over. It's possible to get old reviews removed if you can show the OTA's proof and change of ownership. If you're going to start new, if you're starting as a new bed and breakfast or starting from 0 reviews, it's important that you quickly build up a good number of reviews. This is covered in the Guide to Owning and Operating a Hospitality Property Successfully book and course. Repeat clientele. If you're going to buy an existing bed and breakfast, one advantage of buying an existing bed and breakfast is that they might have a good repeat clientele business, which you may continue to benefit from. In most cases, many of these guests return because they've built up a good relationship with the previous owner. It's going to be up to you to win them over so they'll continue to come back. If you're starting from scratch, then you are starting from scratch, and you'll have to offer an amazing customer experience so they'll want to come back. This is also covered in the Guide to Owning and Operating a Hospitality Property Successfully book and course. Your style. If you're going to buy an existing bed and breakfast, it is far more difficult to find something that exactly meets your requirements if you are buying an existing B&B, and you may find, if you do find the perfect property, it comes at a premium. If you're going to start it new, if you're setting up a bed and breakfast from scratch, you can create exactly what you want in terms of style, quality, etc. If you're a member of the Hospitality Property School Group, as a bonus, I'm going to share 10 questions you should ask yourself before becoming a bed and breakfast owner. In conclusion, choosing whether to buy an existing bed and breakfast or start it new should come down to a logical, well-thought-out process weighing all the pros and cons. But many times, it comes down to a gut feel and the heart. No matter how you choose to begin your life as an innkeeper, make sure to go in with an open mind and the willingness to flow with all the inevitable ups and downs you will encounter. Are you thinking of opening a bed and breakfast? Let me know in the comments. We cover more on the facility in the Guide to Owning and Operating a Hospitality Property Successfully book and course. You can find all the information at keystonehpd.com. You're going to have access to this episode for as long as you'd like, but if you'd like to see all the bonus information you would have access to as a member of the Hospitality Property School Group, check out the short video in this episode's post show notes. In the next episode, I will talk about designing a business plan for your hospitality property. That's it for today's episode. Until next time, have a fun day. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you sign up for Insider Tips, say hi on social, and join one of our groups. And make sure you get your free copy of the How to Improve Your Hospitality Property Success. You can find all of the links in the show notes.